Hey everyone, welcome back. This week I have a couple of simple exercises for you, a couple of simple tissue loosening exercises. We're going to go after the inner and outer thighs today. So this first exercise is just the adductor foam roll exercise. You can see the hip is at 90 degrees. I have this knee out here that's kind of flexing and sitting back and forth as I push myself back and forth over the foam roll with that left foot. And so again, this is just kind of more of a mind-body connection exercise. From the research, what we know is that, what we can say is that what actually happens is more of a deepening of the mind-body connection between the hip, between the thigh, and between the brain. So if the body knows better where that thigh, where that leg, where that hip is in space, the tissues tend to be less guarded, they tend to let go, and that's kind of where that extra tissue length and hip mobility, joint mobility comes from. So again, we're just looking for anywhere from 8 to 15 repetitions with this. This can be pretty tender initially, so start slow with this one. You'll definitely want to hit this one on both sides. Now on to exercise 2. Okay, and so for this exercise, we're working out that tight IT band on the side. This one can be very sore. You'll definitely want to take this one slowly. You can see that the foot that's not, the side that's not being worked, that foot is actually placed in front of the leg. And what you'll notice, whereas the other exercise had the hip in an externally rotated position, this one we're working on the bottom leg here, that right leg, and that right leg is turned into an internally rotated position. So the tensor fasciae lata connects both to the IT band, which is what we're rolling out here, and that IT band connects below the knee. So we're really loosening up that hip. We're working on hip internal rotation more in this position. And again, if this muscle is tight, if the IT band is tight, if these tissues are tight, you're going to have trouble with both hip internal and external rotation. It's also going to affect your hip flexion and extension. This tight IT band in this position can definitely increase knee pain if this is not managed well as well. So once again, one of the things I really want to kind of reinforce here is this idea that if you have tight inner and outer thigh muscles, you're going to affect both hip internal and external rotation, as well as hip flexion and extension. That is going to affect your ability to produce and absorb force. It's going to affect your ability to produce power. So again, before you do these exercises, make sure that you have an adequate diagnosis, that you've taken the time to get an assessment, that you know exactly why this exercise is right for you if you decide to implement it. Hope that was helpful. Please send your questions, please send your observations, and I look forward to seeing you here again soon.